When Apple first stepped into the streaming market with the original Apple TV, it was seen as a side experiment. No one imagined that it would grow into one of Apple's most important ecosystem products. What started as a hobby has now become a premium, polished device that ties together Apple Music, Apple TV Plus, HomeKit, Apple Arcade, and iCloud, all from your living room. Over the years, Apple TV has transformed into a symbol of Apple's vision, performance, simplicity, and seamless integration. Today, the Apple TV 4K is widely considered one of the most powerful streaming devices on the market. It's praised for its speed, fluid tvOS experience, Dolby Vision support, and ecosystem magic that just makes everything work. But it hasn't been perfect. Apple TV is still criticized for its high price tag compared to rivals like Roku, Google Chromecast, and Amazon Fire TV. And let's be honest, hardware upgrades have been slow, sometimes feeling more like refinements than revolutionary leaps. Now, in 2025, all eyes are on the next Apple TV 4K. Expected to launch later this year, possibly at the September event alongside the iPhone 17 lineup, this could be Apple's most ambitious streaming upgrade yet. With custom wireless chips, Wi-Fi 7, an A18 processor, and even Apple Intelligence integration, this device might change how we think about streaming boxes forever. And in this deep dive, we'll break down the rumors, features, pricing leaks, comparisons with older models, and why this upgrade matters more to Apple's ecosystem than to your living room TV. Stick with me till the end, because you'll want to know if this is truly worth the upgrade, or if your current Apple TV is still good enough. Why Apple TV still matters in 2025. Before we jump into the new features, let's talk about why Apple TV continues to inspire loyalty. For Apple households, those with iPhones, Macs, iPads, or HomePods, Apple TV is often the natural choice. Even the 2017 Apple TV 4K still runs tvOS smoothly today. Streaming apps launch in seconds. Dolby Vision delivers stunning visuals. And many users report that they only upgrade the Siri remote instead of the entire box. That kind of longevity is rare in consumer tech. This highlights Apple's biggest strength, long-term value. Unlike cheaper streaming sticks that slow down or lose support, Apple TV continues to get reliable updates, smooth performance, and ecosystem perks. But with the 2025 model, Apple is aiming even higher, especially with network stability, smart home integration, and AI-driven experiences. The big rumor? Apple's first in-house wireless chip. One of the most exciting leaks is that Apple may introduce its first custom-designed Wi-Fi and Bluetooth chip inside the 2025 Apple TV 4K. Historically, Apple has relied on third-party chips for wireless connectivity. But Apple loves vertical integration. It's the same reason they built M-series chips for Macs and A-series chips for iPhones. By controlling the wireless hardware, Apple can optimize stability, latency, and energy efficiency far beyond what generic chips deliver. So what does this mean for you? Rock-solid connections with HomePods and AirPlay devices, fewer HomeKit dropouts, which have been a major frustration for smart home users, lower interference in crowded Wi-Fi environments, future-proofing smart homes with support for new standards. If you've ever seen the dreaded no response message in the Apple Home app, this chip could be the fix that makes smart homes reliable at last. Wi-Fi 7 support future-proof streaming. The second big upgrade is Wi-Fi 7 support. At first, you might think, do we really need Wi-Fi 7 for Netflix? But here's the thing. Wi-Fi 7 is about more than raw speed. It's about capacity and stability. Compared to Wi-Fi 6's 9.6 Gbps, Wi-Fi 7 offers theoretical speeds of 46 Gbps. More importantly, it adds 6 GHz channels, reducing congestion in homes where dozens of devices fight for bandwidth. What does this mean for Apple TV users? Ultra-smooth streaming even if multiple 4K or even 8K TVs are connected. Stable cloud gaming through Apple Arcade or third-party platforms. Low-latency AirPlay mirroring for gaming, productivity, and multi-room audio. In simple terms, Wi-Fi 7 ensures that your 2025 Apple TV won't just handle today's streaming needs, it will still feel cutting-edge 5 years from now. Processing power, the A18 chip and Apple Intelligence. Every Apple TV refresh brings a new processor, and 2025 may introduce the A18 chip, the same one expected inside the iPhone 17 series. This matters for 2 reasons. Performance boost. The A18 chip would bring lightning-fast navigation, quicker app launches, and console-like gaming performance for Apple Arcade. Apple Intelligence compatibility. Apple's new AI platform requires at least an A17 Pro chip. With the A18, the Apple TV 4K could finally tap into AI features like smarter recommendations tailored to your taste. Voice-enhanced context-aware search. Real-time video enhancements powered by on-device AI. Right now, Apple Intelligence hasn't been officially announced for tvOS 26, but that could change once the 2025 model drops. The pricing mystery. Premium or affordable? Here's the big question. Will Apple finally lower the price? Currently, the entry-level Apple TV 4K costs $129, with Ethernet and Thread support bumping it up to $149. That's premium compared to Roku, Amazon, and Google devices, which range from $30 to $100. Rumors suggest Apple might consider a price adjustment in 2025 to better compete. But knowing Apple, a full price war is unlikely. Instead, the most realistic scenario is base model at $129 with Wi-Fi only, premium model at $159 with AI features, more storage, and Thread Ethernet. This strategy keeps Apple TV premium, but adds real value at the higher tier. Release date expectations based on Apple's history. The 2025 Apple TV 4K will likely debut at the September iPhone event. Apple usually announces secondary devices, like Apple Watch, iPads, and Apple TV, alongside the iPhone to emphasize ecosystem strength. If announced then, shipping could begin within 1 to 2 weeks, meaning fans could have it in their living rooms by late September. Do you really need to upgrade? Now for the big question, should you even bother upgrading? The truth is, most Apple TVs since 2017 still run flawlessly. tvOS ensures smooth performance, Dolby Vision remains excellent, and updates keep older hardware relevant. Unless you need Wi-Fi 7, Apple Intelligence, or AI-driven features, your 2017 or 2022 Apple TV might still serve you perfectly. Many users may find better value in grabbing a refurbished 2022 Apple TV 4K at a lower price, especially since it already outperforms most rivals. The 8K question, hype or reality? Another rumored feature is 8K resolution support, but is it really necessary? Not yet. KTVs are still expensive, adoption is slow, and streaming platforms haven't embraced 8K in any meaningful way. The only consistent 8K content is on YouTube, so if Apple includes 8K, it will be about future-proofing rather than a real need today. For now, Dolby Vision HDR+. Dolby Atmos already delivers a cinematic experience that few living rooms can max out. Why this upgrade really matters at its core, Apple TV isn't about competing with Roku or Amazon, it's about ecosystem lock-in. Apple wants to ensure that if you own an iPhone, AirPods, HomePods, or a Mac, you'll naturally prefer Apple TV for your living room. Features like iCloud Photos on the big screen, spatial audio with AirPods, Apple Fitness Plus on your TV, and seamless AirPlay all work better on Apple TV than anywhere else. The 2025 Apple TV, with its custom wireless chip, Wi-Fi 7, A18 processor, and Apple Intelligence, isn't just a streaming box. It's Apple's way of making your smart home and living room smarter, faster, and more future-ready. Final thoughts. The 2025 Apple TV 4K may not reinvent streaming overnight, but it looks set to be the most powerful and future-proof Apple TV ever made. If you're already happy with your 2017 or 2022 model, you don't need to rush out and upgrade. But if you want AI-driven features, Wi-Fi 7 stability, and next-gen smart home reliability, this model could be the best upgrade yet. At the end of the day, Apple TV is less about the box itself and more about how it strengthens Apple's ecosystem grip on your home. And with the 2025 model, Apple is ready to take that control to the next level. So, what do you think? Will you upgrade to the new Apple TV 4K this year or stick with your current setup? Drop your thoughts in the comments, I'd love to hear your take.